What up? Welcome back to the VoskCoin YouTube channel. You may notice I look a little different. It's not the haircut, dude. I had my kid. I got a son now. And I got a new mining rig in to review. It's the worst named mining rig in the history of man. It's called the Fluminer. And if you're a VoskCoin subscriber, translation, fucking awesome, then you already know about Fluminers. But do you know about the new Fluminer? Do you know about the Fluminer L1 Pro? 6 gigahash? You know what? I'm in one of those moods today. I didn't sleep much. Goodbye. Scratch the paint. Don't be so rough. It's expensive hardware. Looks cool. Nice branding. The branding of the name is atrocious, yes. But I like the futuristic font. I don't know, he's maybe a little aggressive. L1 Pro, 6 gigahash a second. Right, so huge shout out to ASLminer for sending us this miner to review. If you've been following the VoskCoin YouTube channel, you may know that I'm investing heavily in Bitcoin mining, and I have not been heavily investing into other mining rigs. So it's really cool to have the opportunity to review this, add it to the farm. So check this out. According to Mining Now, a mining profitability calculator, the 60 gigahash model should be profiting right after the electricity bill $5.23 a day. You may remember we reviewed the L1. This is just a slightly improved version. And this is calculated at 8.5 cents per kilowatt hour on the electricity rate. Here's the big standout though. So we've got a coupon code and affiliate link with ASL. So shout out to them for making today's video possible and the opportunity to extend a discount. Furthermore, right, the price point, let's just cut right to it. The reason you would buy this instead of like a Bitmain ASLminer L11, because this is pretty efficient, but it's not as efficient as the L11, which is the biggest and best and most powerful and most efficient Dogecoin mining rig you can buy right now, right? But those haven't even hit the streets yet or hit the farms. And if they did, right, they're costing $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a rig. It depends on how much the mining manufacturers want to gouge us. This coming in at $2,500, it's a much more approachable price point. It's much more palatable. It's still a lot of money, but it's still pretty efficient, right? It's essentially current generation. That new gear I'm talking about is, it's on like the cusp of next generation mining hardware. Making $8 a day and then spending about $3 in electricity, as you can see here, is not too bad. You also may have noticed the GH at the top. I'm an Amazon Prime member, so I got Grubhub Premium for free, so I canceled that Dash Pass bullshit. And Firehouse has a BOGO, buy one, get one on 4 of their subs. You'd think this was paid promotion. This was an advertisement. But no, I just been ordering a couple subs from them every week for a couple weeks now, because I enjoy the deal, right? My favorite is like their cheddar brisket sub, but there's no BOGO on that, so I get the better deal. Why? Because it's always all about the ROI. Remember back in the day when we used to price things in Chipotle burritos? Yeah, well, thanks to inflation, Chipotle burritos like 2 times what they used to cost, especially if you try to get it delivered. It's a little better if you actually go there, but let's focus on the task at hand. Integrated power supply, as you can see here, C19 connection. It comes with a power cable, but congratulations, get fucking it uses this plug. So that can go with the Casper miners, because that's trash to me. Maybe, just maybe, there's something else in there? No, just some stuff to put on a server rack, which I don't do. Right, if you don't know, the form factor of this is a server. This is a server rack miner. And these are cool depending on your setup and if you want to build a server rack style mining rig deployment. Right, but these are actually really poor solutions for, say, me, who has a mining container with mining shelves that's generally built and outfitted for, you know, typical ASIC mining rigs, application-specific integrated circuit miners. Check the VoskCoin PDUs, let's go. And I don't want to hear one comment about the weeds. I know, okay? It pisses me off, it stresses me out, it's damn near keeping me up at night. I'll get there. That'll be a comeback story. I ain't dead yet. Can you focus today? Yeah, maybe I could focus more if I got more sleep. Fluminer. 3 major fans here on the front. It's all in one box. We got a nice little display here. It's just like the other one. If you saw our video on that, or if you happen to have one. Ethernet port, power port here on the back. I'm gonna double check the airflow, but I mean, these are the back of fans. That's gonna be pushing, and that's gonna be pulling, right? So the air is gonna come like this. So I'm gonna have to run an Ethernet cable over the top of this thing so that the air goes the right way. You may actually notice that I had, if you're really in tune with this, one of my rigs is backwards in the pod right now, which is just absolutely drives me freaking nuts. But I have a longer power cable on the way that will rectify that for me. All right, I don't have my face cam on me today, so I'm gonna go ahead and just plug this in here and get this rolling. After that, we can remote into this device, check out the mining performance, and I'll let it run for a week or two before I finish up the video review. And then with that, I can give it some honest feedback, make sure this thing's not just some kind of like weird dud out of the box or something. So I save it in my Euro local network. I got that local IP address down there, 7223. AC, quiet for the BitX shit is. Granted, all these BitXs do start to make some noise. Root? Yeah! Let's check out my Fluminer L1. I haven't checked on it at all recently. So uptime 34 days, only pulling 350 watts. It has me really worried. Only mining at 1 gigahash a second. Well, so I'll try updating the firmware on this and see if I get some better results. And I'll let the L1 Pro that we just got in run and see how it does. See where it takes us. All right, it's almost sub time. And I still got a lot to do, so I'll see you now, but for me, it's gonna be later.
All right, I'm back. Or did I ever leave? This is the Fluminer. You may have noticed when I was naming this, I named it Fluminer just like I did with the last Fluminer. So that mixed my data for a little bit, but that's since been taken care of. This is now the Fluminer Pro. Also see that here's the previous Fluminer. I adjusted both of these yesterday. I stacked them and I also have them in the proper orientation. It's significantly helping the temperatures, but you will notice the temp on the cool and hot side between the original Fluminer and then the Fluminer Pro are vastly different. So this one has been pretty good, pretty stable so far. All have ran it. I've been running it for about a week since I recorded the original piece of this video. Average hash rate, 6 gigahash a second, still like it's supposed to be. Make sure you have long Ethernet cables and long power cables, depending on your setup, right? If you don't put this on a rack, like, I mean, these are rack style miners. I put this in my mining pod. I have to turn it around, so the power cable's got to go all the way around. The Ethernet cable's got to go all the way around, and it's a decently sized device. You just may find yourself coming up short. It's just a little piece of advice, if you will. I've complained about my original Fluminer. I've had problems with my original Fluminer, but it's been working well since I moved it and I rebooted it. It'll probably lose a lot of this hash rate over the next couple weeks. It may just be something I have to babysit, or maybe it'll be happier with its newer orientation. This will be the coolest setting that it's ever been running, and the temps are getting cooler here in Virginia, so that's going to aid me in just simply keeping all of my gear cooler. It'll run easier, it'll run better. One thing that stood out with the Pro in particular problem is when I changed the worker name and I just saved it, it said like, okay, rebooting or whatever, and it went offline. And when I went out to the farm to inspect it, because I needed to get hands-on to get it working right again, it seemed like it basically just kind of froze or locked up. Since then, I've changed the power cable. Obviously, I don't think that's the culprit here, but it was changed. I changed the Ethernet cable. I don't really think that's the case, but it has been changed as well. And I've changed the location and I've changed the miner orientation there in case maybe it was kind of hot. I had some kind of safety feature when it rebooted. It was like, whoa, we're too hot. Let's take a break. I don't know, but it was not only not mining, but it was inaccessible, so it needed a power cycle there. Since then, it's been running well. That was exactly almost 24 hours ago. So cool, good enough. You can see all of my Dogecoin miners that I have online on this mining address here right now. You can see the Fluminer and you can see the Fluminer Pro here, and you know, pretty straightforward. A hash rate, pretty low rejection rate. This is a pretty good efficiency miner, right? When we look at all of the top Dogecoin miners, best in class, coming soon Dogecoin miners are basically at 0.17 joules or watts. per mega hash a second. And then we scroll down further, we look for Bambi, and we see the Fluminer. So the L1 and the L1 Pro are both at the same efficiency. They're the same as the VoskCoin D1. They're basically the best of the current generation of Dogecoin miners, but the next generation of Dogecoin miners is basically coming out in a month, 2 or 3. So that would be the new DG2s and the better Bitmain ASLminer L1 script Doge Litecoin miners. These are rigs that are easy to deploy and they sit at a decent price point, right? So we got this into review from ASLminer. We're an affiliate of ASLminer and we've been working with ASLminer this year and it's been going good. He also gave us a coupon code to save another $100 off of this price, so I'll put that down in the video description below. And he dropped the price just for us to create and post this video because basically he wants to show that he's running a good service, right? It's not an endorsement, it's just a heads up. And one of the biggest standouts of this device is that it runs on 110 to 240 voltage, right? It also has a Wi-Fi adapter. So you could put this in your basement. You could put this in your guest bedroom. It's not that loud. It doesn't use that much power, but 1,200 watts will generate a fair bit of heat in, say, like a spare bedroom, assuming it's small, and the door's closed, especially like in the heat of summer. But this is a much more approachable, a much more usable miner than things like, you know, the full-size ASLminer S21s and S23s and so on. The official form factor is a 3U server, and they've been sticking with this design. They're coming out with a Bitcoin miner, and it's basically a Canon Avalon Q, right? The Q conveniently is right down here, 90 terahash a second at about 1,600 watts, I believe, of electricity. Oh no, 1,674. So with the Fluminer T3, if it works right as it's supposed to, 115 terahash a second at 1,700 watts of electricity at about the same price point, meaning that if this thing is actually any good, it would be the better buy. This is the October batch. This is the first batch of these. By the way, the L1 Pro 6G, 6 gigahash, that's here in stock, ready to ship. This isn't some pre-order nonsense. However, something goes wrong with the Fluminers. You don't have a US warranty center like you do with the Canon miners. So take from that what you will. What's the risk versus the reward worth to you? Reviewing the updated real-world mining profitability on Mining Now, we can see that this is projected to make almost $7 a day for me at 7 cents per kilowatt hour, which I guess I'm going to have to update it because with the fuel surcharge nonsense, my electricity utility, my electrical utility is just jacking me on the low, and it's not a good thing. Okay, just to be very clear, it's not a good thing. So the income, $913 a day, that doesn't change, but the increased electrical cost brings me up to about $270 per machine there. So I can realize a profit projected of about $6.50 according to Mining Now, a mining profitability calculator. The only mining profitability calculator that's ever supported VoskCoin in history. So see you later, WTM and AMV, if that's even your real name. I like the real-time updating there. Also, notice like the best price out of everyone they list there versus what I'm showing you here on today's video, several $100s cheaper than the best price from many different sellers of these machines. You want to order direct with Fluminer? No, they don't offer that. So, Fluminer L1 Pro, it's at a good price. It's got good performance. It's definitely better than the previous one. And really based on the temperatures, it stands out to me as whatever they did in there, that with their tweaks, adjustments, and upgrades to this Pro model or just even the 6G model, it's a better machine, it's a better buy. Is it worth it? I think it really just comes down to your budget, right? If you can't afford a Bitmain ASLminer L1 when those release because they're going to be more expensive, or you don't, for example, have 240 voltage, then something like this can be a lot more interesting. This is more or less in that category of like best home Dogecoin miner, which is a very regularly rotating title, it seems. But unfortunately for me, it's almost like I know too much. I just feel like I'm kind of dragged down by the poor performance of the previous one. But it's hard to even talk crap about it right now because it's working right now. So maybe it just needs a little bit of babysitting. Maybe that's not as big of a deal to you. I'm Vosk. You're on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. Appreciate you. Good luck. Goodbye. 10 seconds of tails. You thought it'd be 10 seconds of my son. No. Don't forget about my firstborn, my beautiful pup chup. Come on.